This question's for Tim. Going into your first game back after the red card in game one, what's going through your mind and how ready are you to get back on the field?
I'm excited to get back out there. Obviously put the team in a really poor situation getting that card. This is the game where we just need a result and we're through. It's a game we want to go out and win. We want to build off of each result. I think the past few days of training have been really good. We look confident. We're starting to get acclimated to the weather, and now we're just ready to get out there and get the result.
Hey Tim, this for those of us that are way outside the bubble, looking at what you guys have kind of experienced from afar, would seem like it's been quite an emotional roller coaster, from the way the games have played out, from having to quarantine in your hotel room because of a teammate testing positive, to getting a big win. How would you describe what this has it been a roller coaster? What's it been like to try to manage all the things that have happened over these past few weeks?
It's been different, right? I mean, we're trying to make the best out of an awkward situation. To give credit to the league, I think they actually have done a very good job setting us up here. I know we all fought it coming in here, but it's much better than I thought. Like you had mentioned, having the positive test within our own group was stressful, to say the least. We're all kind of waiting in our rooms in quarantine, hoping that it hasn't spread, hoping our player's okay. And just like the emotions of, sitting around all day waiting to go out training. Can we train? Are we going to be in quarantine longer? I think that was the most awkward phase, trying to get adjusted to those tests every day and not knowing what the results were going to be. I think in the past few days, we've gotten over that hurdle. We got a big result against Colorado. However, the game wasn't the prettiest. It doesn't make a difference. We won 3 points. We moved forward. And now I think just as we're settling in, I think you'll start to see more of the original plan that we came here with. We felt very prepared when we came here. We put a lot of effort in over the time back in Kansas. We did a lot of stuff getting ready, doing our conditioning. And now we just got to kind of put all the pieces together, and we have an opportunity that we're going into this game against Salt Lake, who's been, very sound defensively, and we just need to get a result. Of course, we want to go out there and win. We want to win every game, but we want to make sure we get into the playoffs first.
This question's for Tim and for Gerso. Vermes has fielded a lot of questions about the early start time on Wednesday, talking about the different challenges. But as players, what is the biggest challenge in having a game at 8 a.m., which I would imagine the last time you did that was maybe in high school or college?
You want to go first? Sure, I'll go first. I'm excited for it. Both of us are fathers, so we're up super early anyway, so this is going to be nothing for us. I know it's been talked a lot about in this league, but I don't think it's as big of a deal as it's being made out to be. And it's a early competition, so we get to wake up right away. We aren't waiting around for the game. We get our meal, we go to the game, we do our business, then we have all day after the game. So I'm excited for it. I think it's just going to be interesting.
Yeah, and I do agree with Tim. And actually, I do prefer playing in the morning, just because you wake up and you're already ready for the game. You don't have to wait so much long to play the game, so you're focused and fresh right in the morning. So I think it's the best thing. So I'm excited for it.
Hey Tim, just piggybacking off what Gerso just says about how he prefers playing early games. How about you? You're used to waiting half a day, maybe all day, to play a game. From a mental side, do you prefer playing early so you can get it out of the way?
I think when I was younger, I'd prefer to, have that rest period of the day. But now, as I get older, I just want to play. So I just want to wake up in the morning, have your meal, have your meeting, and then get out on the field and get going.
Hey, Gerso.
Go ahead, Nate.
Sorry, Tim mentioned both of you being relatively young fathers. I know that GJ had his first birthday this past week. You were on social media talking about that. Were you able to do any kind of long distance little celebration or anything for him missing his birthday?
Yeah, so we FaceTime. I got to sing for him. happy birthday, and the whole family was there, and they got to eat the cake, all the cake by himself. So it was pretty fun, and I'm glad that nowadays all this technology allows us to do things like that.
Gerso, can there's been a lot of talk about the weather. Nate was talking with Peter earlier about how, a lot of goals are being scored late, a lot of chances late in stoppage time in this tournament. The weather and just like the abbreviated, training to get ready to come down for the tournament. Where do you feel like you and all the other guys are playing up front, fitness-wise, and how close to being 100% and able to, go the whole 90 minutes in this kind of weather?
I think we are fit. I think Kyrie has been playing 90 minutes so far, and me and Johnny have been going back and forth. But I think we do that, or Peter does that, because he knows he has players with quality, and any of us can get into the game and make the difference. So I think we are fine, even if the weather can complicate the things a little bit, but we are fine and ready for it. We are fit enough to play 90 minutes if that's the case.
Can you tell me what the mindset of the team was when you gave up that second goal to Colorado to make it 2-2? I know they're with the injuries and everything last year, there were a lot of moments kind of like that. And I asked Peter, the way you lost the first game in the tournament where you were leading the whole game and then to give up 2 goals late, was there, did anybody hang their heads? Was there kind of like, oh my God, here we go again? One of these. What was the mindset of the team like?
No, it was a good mindset. Everybody just wanted to get the ball, start the game again, and try to score as quick as we could, because we knew that we were creating better chance. We had 2 hands up, so it should not be a problem for us as a good team to go there and make the third goal, and we did it. So it was expected to.
Do you have a tendency when you get, you're up 2 guys, is there like, okay, the game's in the bag? Did you feel like maybe, the team let down?
Sorry, I couldn't understand the question.
When you went down, when you went up 2 men, and you're playing with an advantage, is there kind of a sense that, hey, this game's in the bag because nobody ever scores, when they're down 2 men, and that maybe the team let down in that moment?
No, I mean, I think the play when they scored the 2-2 was a quick play. I mean, maybe for sure we could have done a better job as a team, but sometimes those things happens, and you just gotta lift your head and keep going.
This question's for Tim. On the flip side of that point, where there are a lot of extra, stoppage time goals, late game goals being scored, from a defensive standpoint, when you're looking at that, how do you better prepare to be incredibly sharp defensively, not just in goal, but, controlling the back line in those moments?
I think it's just more of the environment of the tournament. In all tournament games, Open Cup, whatever it may be, goals come late because teams need to win. They need to get results. I think it's more just the mentality of the approach within these type of tournaments is we have to be focused throughout the entire game, because even in a place where what you were just asking, that we were down a few men, the teams are still pushing because they need results. And sometimes when you get a red card, it almost galvanizes the team and they do well, they bunker in. And there's other time it opens up and they're trying to press for their own goals. So I just think we just have to be concentrated in those moments and understand that if it's the 50th minute or the 96th minute, the other team is coming and they need to win and they need a result just as bad as we do.
Tim, to go back to the red card, and I apologize if you answered this already. I haven't heard you. I haven't seen your answer. But if you could do that play over again, how would you do it differently?
It was clumsy. I stepped up too fast. I didn't read our defenders well enough. When the player took the touch across, I thought he took the touch and brought both our defenders out. But going back and watching the tape, Robbie especially was there and dropped behind me significantly to cover for me. It wasn't a good situation for me to be in. I should have stepped, and then I could have, held my ground a little bit and forced him to shoot with me being within the box, or forced him to round me. And then Luis was even on my opposite side of my left. So I just ultimately it was a clumsy play. It was a play that put us in a really bad spot and something I'm not happy about. But The team did an excellent job getting the result against Colorado, and now we're in a position where when we get a result where we go through, but we're looking to win, of course.
And then this is just for my own curiosity and kind of like the question about what Nate was talking about, like what's the bubble like? When you got the red card, it was almost like, you were headed out to the lot to get in your car and go home, like with the view that we see of you walking as you turn down a path and you're headed out. It was almost like, all right, I'm out of here, man. Like it's beer league soccer or something because of, the unique environment is. Where did you turn and go?
I actually didn't really know where to go. I don't get a lot of red cards, but this was an awkward one because I didn't really know where to go. But I ultimately ended up watching the game from the trailer through the window. So it was different.
Tim, Vermes gave Richard Sanchez a lot of praise for his performance and just himself as a goalkeeper in general. Thinks, he's a very quality player. What were your conversations like with him leading up to that Colorado game, given that he was going to be entering a starting role and had a little bit more time to prepare than he did in the first game against Minnesota?
Richard's a quality goalkeeper, like Peter said. He's done really well since he's come on with our group. My message to him was just control the things you can control. Don't try to overplay things. Coming from the goalie that just ran out and got a red card, but just do what you can. He's got a lot of quality with his feet, and just be calm and make the decisions you have to and let the game come to you is my advice to him.
Tim, on Sunday's game, I assume, did you stay back at the hotel or were you still allowed to go with the team to, the actual game?
I was allowed to go with the team. I wasn't allowed to be in the locker room or in any of the team set up till after the game.
So my question,
we went through some weather delays as well before, so just like everything else, we're just trying to figure out what the best solution is. Everything on the go here.
So I guess my question off that is, obviously you're used to being in goal and dictating the play from the back line. Do you see anything different or see anything else when you're off to the sidelines watching the team, do stuff like you do in training? Is it a different perspective?
I think you're just looking at it from a calmer lens. You're not looking at it from I have to be in the correct position to deal with runners in shots or whatever it is. So you're set back. You're much calmer. Your mind is working a little slower. To me, watching games is the worst thing ever because you have no control over the outcome, and that just gives me anxiety. So you don't ever want to be watching games, but I think most players would say that. Again, obviously, it was a very scrappy game, but ultimately we found a way to win, and that's the most important thing in all these tournaments is find the best way to get a result and move forward.
And just my last question, sorry, Ali, is
you're good.
It's like a regular season game still counts towards the standings, but do you guys, either of you guys can answer this, do you feel any added pressure because of the need to win, to qualify, and finishing at top 2, maybe top 3?
I'm not sure about Gerso's mindset, but my mindset has been less about my focus has been about the tournament. This is the moments that we're in right now. We don't know what the future holds. We don't know how many games we're going to play. This is what's in front of us, and we have to do our best to perform within this environment, and that's to win the tournament. We're not going into games going, okay, this is technically a road game. We need to get a result and get a point on the road. This is a tournament setup. We want to get through the tournament and into the playoff round.
Yeah, I do share the same thought as Tim Melia, because if you go ask what's going to happen after this tournament, we don't really know. So this is what we got at this point, and it's all we want to win.
This question's for Gerso. Gerso, with the addition of Alan Pulido and Kyrie Shelton in the offseason, majority of your minutes have been spent playing with those two up top. How has the addition of them within the system helped elevate your game or changed anything about your time on the field?
I mean, just having players with their quality helps any player to be better, because they will help you to be better. They will do better when you pass them the ball, or when you assist them, probably they will score if you assist them. And just them being good players helps me being a good player, because everything that I do or they do will just make us look better.
for both guys, Tim, you were just talking about like you don't know what the schedule's going to be. Do you even know when you're going to know what it's going to be? Has there been any conversation as to what's going to happen when this tournament is over, and at least a timeline on when you guys should know what's going to happen afterwards?
We've heard the same rumors you guys have. But as players, we're hoping that, you know, we get that 18-game season, 9 home, 9 away, the same rumors that you've heard, but nothing concrete. We are just trying to, you know, do the challenges that are directly in front of us, which is the tournament, and then we'll worry about that on the back end.